Dear teachers, welcome. Happy New Year. First of all, congratulations to one and all for having registered for the course Tools and Techniques for Effective Online Teaching with Deviation Excellence. I am a co-facilitator. This course is a timely course for all of you, very important course, particularly in the prevailing precarious situation where all of us have to teach online for all the students. Online teaching has become inevitable. Online teaching may be new to most of you, so we have to master it. Dr. Gopal Shivakumar will be explaining in the class tomorrow how online teaching is going to be 10 times easier, faster, and effective. We'll also be teaching you how to create a classroom, how to upload the video materials, lecture videos, lecture materials, how to give assignments, evaluate the assignments online, conduct examinations, analyze the examination results, take decisions, and implement the decisions so that your students come out in flying colors the current examinations. Before taking the course tomorrow, I want you to go through this pre-training material. I'm going to teach you a small lesson. Normal distribution. Non-mathematical faculties, don't get frustrated. Normal distribution is going to be so easy to implement. I'm going to give you all the templates. All that you need is just put your values in the template and get the results and then take decisions. Now, normal distribution is going to be completely described only by two parameters: average and standard deviation. Average and deviation. I will not use the term average because when you see average, always the result you'll be thinking that it is an average performance. No, it is not an average performance. If the average value is 90%, your performance is excellent. Therefore, I'm going to use the term mean for that. That is a technical term used in the statistics for the average. So we will use the term mean. Mu is the notation and sigma is the standard deviation. Sigma is the notation for standard deviation. We will go to the lesson in just a few seconds. We are going to see normal distribution today. The terms involved in the normal distribution we will see. How the normal distribution is completely described by just two parameters. You will see that. How to see the performance levels from the normal distribution curve and how to improve your performance, your students' performance using this normal distribution curve. Normal distribution here, a bell-shaped curve. This is also a bell-shaped curve. This is also a bell-shaped curve. Both are normal distributions. We also call it as a Gaussian distribution. Please note the total area under the curve is 1. The center point gives a median, that is mean, which divides the curve into two halves. The total area under the curve is always 1 or 100%. Normal distribution is a bell-shaped curve, as I told you. It is observed in most naturally occurring processes. That is why we are using normal distribution. Total area under the curve is 1, that is 100%. Two parameters are sufficient to define the curve completely. Mu, that is mean, and sigma, that is deviation. It's a standard deviation, we say. It is symmetrical about the mean, that also we have seen in the previous slide. It divides the total area into two halves. Now, suppose this is a normal distribution. I'm giving mean is 60, standard deviation is 2. I will teach you how to find out the mean and standard deviation for your class. Now, there are two classes. For class A, the average mark scored by a student is 60. You know how to find out the mean. All you need to do is add all the marks of the students and divide by the number of students, you get the mean. Standard deviation is nothing but find the difference of the marks of all the students from the mean, square it and divide by the number of students. That is called variance. Take the square root, that is called deviation. Right? So it is deviation is very important. You don't have to do all these mathematical formulae and all. You will just get the result once you feed in the data in the template. Now we are going to see how it is going to be used. The mean and standard deviation, as I told you, for your class you can find out. All you need to do is you have to feed in the marks of your students for a particular subject. So when you feed in the marks, automatically it will show you the mean mark here. The mean of all these marks is 43.3 here. The population standard deviation, that is, if you take this class as a population, that is, this is the total population. The whole class is only this many students. Then you can take this as standard deviation is 17.21. Or otherwise, if your class strength is 100, you are just taking a sample of about 15 students, then you should take this standard deviation. So if the number of students is too many, like in case of an university, then you can take all the marks and then take the number of students and find out the population standard deviation. If it is very difficult, then you can take only a few sample students from the university, say 50 students out of 1000 students, and take the average, mean will be given, find out the deviation. This will be the sample standard deviations you will have to use it. Sometimes, no, suppose the same mark is obtained by many students. Like, for example, 38 is obtained by 2 students. Instead of typing again 38, you can use this place. So you can put 38 and frequency is 2. That is 2 number of students are scored 38 marks. So either this way you can feed in the data or this way you can feed in the data. For this data, this left hand side gives the mean and the standard deviation. For the right hand side form of data, if you are having frequencies, because you can fill it up only with less number of rows. Otherwise, you will fill up so many rows you will have to fill in. Up to 1000 rows anyway you can fill in here and you will get the result instantly. Right? I will take to the Excel sheet and then teach you how you are getting it. Then after this standard deviation and mean you are going to feed in here. Then this curve will be shown. Now you want to find out what percentage of students would have scored less than 40, less than 50, like that. So that can be obtained by feeding in your data here. If you want to find out the percentage of students who have scored less than 50, fill in 50 here. Similarly, if you want to find out the percentage of students who have scored more than a particular mark, 65, then you can fill in here. Right? Okay. Such disturbances do occur, we'll have to take care. I'm sorry, I did not take care. Now, suppose you want to score more than, you want to find out the percentage of students who have scored more than 70, you'll have to feed in 70, and you'll get the result what percentage of students have scored between these 2 marks. And you'll also get the result as what percentage of students have scored less than 50 marks. Here, this area shows, right? What percentage of students have scored more than 65 marks? This is this area. In between is shown by this 81.86. I think that completes the session. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to use the Excel, feed in the data and get the result. Okay. What we will do is we will go to the next slide. This once we find out the performance, the students underperforming we can identify. What are all the underperforming topics also we can identify. Then you teach only underperforming topics to underperforming students. Don't concentrate on other students, right? I'm going to take you to the Excel now and teach you how to teach it in Excel. Now, see here, I have entered the mark here. I can keep on entering the mark here. Suppose some student has scored 70, then it changes, and I put some more marks, right? 72, 35. So you keep on entering the marks here, or you can enter the marks here. Like for example, 50, I can put 2 students have scored 50, and then 60 have been scored by 3 students. Right? Total number of students you can cover, and you can enter the marks here. You will get the result here, mean and standard deviation. I will be using this data first. So I have feed in the data for my class strength. Only about 12 students are there, to 13 students are there here. So for the mean and standard deviation, I will put, and I will go to this data sheet here. So that is already entered here. Mean, I will have to find out. Mean, what I have found out here. This is 55, 54 I put, and 15, right? 54 and 15 I will put here. 54 and 15 I put here. Then 72% of the students have scored between 45 and 100. I have see between 45 and 100. So 75% is going to be my result if 45 is a pass mark, right? Now, how many students have failed here? The balance, right? You can see it here, 27.43% have failed here, right? See, the area to the left is, that is, to this mark, 45 marks is 20.2743. So 27.4% have scored less than 45 failed. All you need to do is you have to find out the 27% of your students. If your class strength is 100, 27 students will have to be concentrated. And which exam this result, you have to see that particular, which subject, in which exam conducted for which subject, this result has come, you have to see. And that particular topic covered in that exam will have to be taught to the students so that your performance will improve, right? Suppose I will put here 35 is a pass mark, then I have to concentrate only for 10%, right? And I also need to improve the average percent, mean marks also I have to improve. So in order to improve the mean marks, what will I do? I will have to cover the entire subject for the entire students. In order to improve the result by concentrating only on the poor students, what should I do? I will have to find out this 10% of the students, find out the topics in which they are fine, and I have to cover those topics again to those students only, not to the other students. Because we'll be wasting their time, their precious time, because they can concentrate on further studies, not on the same thing which they already know, right? So this is how you can improve your performance. You can improve the performance of the students also. I think I have cleared this doubt on you how to use normal distribution for improving your performance. The normal distribution can be used to find out how you are performing, what is your current level, and what should you do to improve the current level to a higher level. Thank you very much. See you in the class tomorrow. Go through this video again and again. Have your doubts raised in the morning so that we will be able to cover that completely before closing the session tomorrow. Thank you very much.